I am Willie. My name is Matthew William Carlson, but I go by Willy Bearden. I have an actor persona. I was in Netflix show called Zero Day, and while I was there, I was in Brooklyn for like 6 weeks, and I needed to create an identity that was not my personal life out there because a lot of people were asking about me, and I didn't feel comfortable letting people know. So if you need to know, I am Willy Bearden online in this public space. That's my actor name. That's where my credits are. If you look me up on IMDb, but also my regular life, I run a private practice. It's called Challenger Point Practice. It's a multi-specialty medical practice, and what it does is works with tier 1, 2, and 3 and other like military folks, veterans, active duty, all the people in between there, DOD, and folks that are in the first responder world. I also work with you as well, FBI, all of the ABCDEFGs is what I call them. And I do that through referrals in Colorado, Florida, and Texas, and pretty soon, pretty much everywhere. I'm going to transition soon into resilience coaching because licensure actually limits what I can do. And I don't appreciate that all the states have not approved to work together yet. And so I have to get this out one way or the other. So resilience coaching is available anytime, anywhere, and including all over the world. I work on the different apps that you don't even have to have a cell phone. And as long as you have Wi-Fi, or you can reach me, or I can reach you, and we do education, because education can be done anywhere. And I've done a lot of work. So long story short, if you need that, let me know. Go to a website, challenger-point.com is my practice. And Columbia Point Scholarship, aka doing business as Undercover Dumpster Fire, is a nonprofit. So if you'd like to go to my website, the challenger-point.com, if you donate there, it goes to the Undercover Dumpster Fire. It goes into a scholarship, a nonprofit scholarship. And we're trying to raise money and awareness for human trafficking and for veteran mental health. It's a disaster if you haven't noticed. We have people who are ending their lives daily, and I have them on my caseload daily. And it's something that I've seen too much of it, and now here I am advocating on technically an international level now, but national for sure. And I hope that you share this. Go to challenger-point.com. If you click on the donate, that goes to Columbia Point. It's just a link, but it goes to Columbia Point Scholarship. That is a scholarship that I created during COVID when the pandemic, Floridian slip, happened. And when that was going on, I needed a way to like reach people. So I got together with some folks and we put together a nonprofit. It's called Columbia Point Scholarship. And that thing needs help. So if you would like to help with that, we also need administrators. We need people who are board of director types. We also need people that are in media that can help produce this stuff. I do have a separate company called 16 Cent Productions. It was literally started on 16 cents, and stubborn hope is what I always say. It's a film company, and my practice and my film company are both registered in Marathon, Florida, which is the Florida Keys, and they are designed to support the Florida Keys because I believe in supporting the local community, and Florida Keys is a special place in my heart, and it's been what I call station zero for me, where I go to zero out to reset. And I love going to the Island Care Dolphin Center. They have a veteran program there. There's a Dolphin Research Center in Marathon, Florida. It's run by a prior Vietnam veteran, and they have veteran programs there. There's a turtle hospital there. There's so many things that are super cool, and that's just Marathon. Like the Florida Keys themselves have so much to offer, and so I want to encourage you to share this. And if you know people that are interested, to kick this off to raise money to support all of these initiatives, especially with the veteran mental health, first responder mental health, and counter human trafficking. We are not doing all of those things, to be clear. I have partnered and I have organizations. My brain is full of organizations that I have talked with, partnered with, intend to fund through scholarships. One is the Veterans for Child Rescue, Craig Salmon. He's an amazing human being. He has an amazing organization. He needs funding. So yes, you could go straight to him. I understand that, but I'm committed to doing some things differently. We're putting veteran stories and the Undercover Dumpster Fire and 16 Cent Productions and Challenger Point Practice those are all organizations that I operate. We are putting together what's called Roger That, and it's a TV show. And this is meant to tell the stories of first responders and veterans, tier 1, 2, and 3 combat folks, including people from other wars too, not just Afghanistan and Iraq, the first Iraq war, the Bosnia war, the even going back to like Vietnam and such. So we want to tell those stories, and what I call that is resilient cinema. So what we're doing is actually telling their stories, because these people served and their stories deserve to be told. And you know what happens? I work in the neurocognitive intelligence area, and over time our memories break down. So if we don't actually capture the stories, they're gone. And that's sad for people who have served. And some people, unfortunately, because of their jobs in the military, they're not able to talk about what they did. But we can talk about the impact it has had on them. And people don't have to be on camera. I understand some people don't want to ever be seen. So there are ways to get involved. We need writers. We need producers, directors, sound people. We need people to run cameras. We need some drone operators. If we knew any of those, I believe there's a few of those out there in the military world, and to run cameras and to put this thing together. This is for you. I'm speaking directly right now to the tier 1 and 2, 3 operators, not 3 operators, speaking of military veterans, and specifically, I want to provide you with a way that's fun to transition out of the military into civilian life. And I intend to do that through art and entertainment. I intend to do that through disaster medical, and where we actually respond to disasters and we take care of the first responders and the people who are responding as part of a medical branch and of NIMS, National Incident Management System. Y'all didn't know I was a prior fireman. If you didn't know that, I'm not sure. It's designed to help you transition into something meaningful and give you a place to belong and give you a purpose or a mission. And the mission continues. The mission, in my perspective, is to find you, to remove all of the roles and things that you've had to do and find who you are underneath it all. And that is an aspect of resiliency. It's called coming home to yourself, or authenticity. I study resilience. This is everything I'm talking about is part of a resiliency project. And the only way to capture what I do is to say that I'm a resilience architect. I build programs, and this is the biggest one I've ever built. And it takes everybody to get on board. I don't mean that in a negative way. I just mean this is all hands on deck, because it's not about me. Has nothing. The only part that's about me is I get to watch it happen, but I get to empower people to do it. And there are so many good organizations out there and people that want to do something. I intend to bring them all together. And I know that's bold. I've been told that I was crazy, and I'm not. I've been told that I'm manic, I think too much, that I think too big. And my response to that is, where did you learn to limit yourself? And also, who are you to diagnose me? Like, you haven't even asked me any questions. So if you ask me questions, then you get to decide who I am. But we need to be curious in our country, and we're not. We're very certain. People are very, very certain about this and that, and they know everything based on what they see. But newsflash, what you see is designed reality. If you're watching the news, you should already know it's biased. And so if you're listening to that and having an emotional reaction, I'm going to say what Chase Hughes always says, which is Chase Hughes is an amazing person and he runs neurocognitive intelligence program. He always says, just be curious or just wonder. If you see something that you think is out of the ordinary or evokes a strong emotional reaction and it has something to do with media, then you should just say maybe. Because I'll give you an example of this, a very personal one. I've been in the acting industry since 2018. I was forced to figure out a way to survive. And at the time, someone said, hey, you're pretty good looking. Why don't you be a model? And that led into modeling and acting and all this stuff. And it's not really what I intended to do. It was what I was trying to do to survive. But I'll just say this, that all of these things can be used for a good purpose. And I intend to put people in the art and entertainment industry and into disaster medical to help with veteran suicide and raise awareness about human trafficking. Human trafficking also exists in disaster zones. So when there's a big hurricane and people come up missing, it's very easy for people to target. So there's a bigger mission here, y'all. And this is not me talking about the things we're not supposed to talk about. I would just say that this is me encouraging you to get involved in what you can do. And if you want to get involved, if you're not in these industries, it does not matter. I'll just say that if you care about veterans, people who serve our country, if you care about first responders, people who also serve, that literally give up everything. These folks die every day, and the suicide among them is a disaster. I'm not the only one to say that. Also, human trafficking is a disaster in our country. Tim Tebow Foundation talks about it a lot. There's a lot of organizations that are talking about it. And here's the thing, we need to all talk about this together as an organ, like one giant country of thousands of different nonprofits, churches, ministries, non-government organizations, government organizations. All these folks need to talk together. So we intend to hold platform meetings and a call for presentations. And in that, we're also going to do some fashion shows in each area, each city. So there's 64 cities I've outlined. They're strategically placed around the U.S., located near veteran administration offices. And what we're going to do is have these folks come together. We're going to hold platforms there and some conferences, and they're not just talking. So we need to move past talking. These are people who are into action and that are doing the work. And here's what I'll just say is there's some organizations that have been paid and they have done nothing. And then there's some organizations that have not been paid at all and they've been doing everything. And I don't mean it's black and white like that. There's people in the middle, but we need to bring people together. And right now we're so divided, which keeps our country weak. So we need to come together. And in these 64 cities, we're going to be teaching open source intelligence gathering to models and to other people who want to learn how to observe and report. And that way we're tightening up the safety. Because I always say that in physics, an object that is observed changes its behavior. So in the art and entertainment industry, an object that is observed changes its behavior. The art and entertainment industry is being observed. It has been observed. It's been observed for a long time. Now there's a mechanism to report things. And so the art and entertainment industry will be observed at a greater detail than they've ever been observed before by everyday people. So you don't know exactly who is watching, but I can say that by the time we are done with this process of setting it all up, it's already in action. So it's inevitable. It's inevitable. This is getting cleaned up one way or the other. I can tell you that. God has seen what has happened, and this will no longer exist, at least in the United States. I can't speak for another country. I don't know that. I'm from the USA. This is the United States of America. And if you haven't forgotten, there's liberty and for all. For all. And that includes people in the art and entertainment industry. It includes veterans that are suicidal. It includes tier one operators. These people give everything. They can't even talk about the missions that they've been on, including with me, and I'm their counselor. I tell them I'm not listening to what you did. I'm listening for the impact that it had. So these people give up everything, and a lot of them live very lonely and like a sad existence because of what job they had, and that's not okay. We have to give these people opportunities to, and I'm speaking to the tier one operators now, and tier two as well, and other military folks that have served in missions that they can't talk about. There's a lot of them, and what you did matters, and who you are matters. And I want to help you find who you actually are underneath it all, the human being, because you almost become a machine, and machines don't feel anything; they just work. And I'm going to pull from the Terminator. That guy was serving and then he died and then they brought him back so he could work more. Isn't that crazy? Like, I feel like that's not what we're trying to do here. We're trying to recover. And I'll land with this. If anybody wants to get involved, if you're a model or if you know somebody who's a model and wants to get involved, have them send me a comp card in the state that they live in so I can help organize it. And be patient, because I'm literally doing these things volunteer on the side of what I actually do for a living, which is counsel military veterans and first responders and people who've been trafficked. That's what I do for a living, and it's heavy, and we just need help. So send a cop card with the state that you live in. If you're an everyday American, share this. Share it with somebody. And that's easy to do. Like it, comment. I don't know. I'm not trying to get followers, but I guess we need that. And I scoff at that because it's like we don't. This goes beyond social media. This social media is one thing, and I'm using it to get a message out. But I really don't want to be on here. I don't want to spend my time doing it. I don't have time. And neither do you. We need to live our lives. We need to live like in the real life and go meet people and hang out and have a barbecue and talk, smoke a cigar. I don't know, like enjoy life. Go watch the waves. I always say watch more waves than Netflix, and I love Netflix. But it's being near an ocean or watching a sunset or even gardening. Like, these are the things that warriors need to do to heal and transition into. So it's not necessarily getting out of one fight and going into another. It's having fun along the way and having a path that we help people prevent suicide and help increase safety around in our country and also internationally. Because we're going to start in Paris because we're doing fashion. And we're going to do it military style, though. It's going to be fun. And I always joke, I don't have split personality, but I say this is Willy style. Willy gets to be wild. And there's, it's a little ode back to Waylon and Willie, the country outlaws. I have a twin brother. His name's Waylon. He doesn't like me to talk about him, but he's my favorite person in this world. For you. So, yeah, I cry. Who cares? It means something to me. So, this is going live too, by the way. Like, I don't edit anything. And so what you see is real. I'm not acting. I am an actor, but I'm not acting right now. This is real stuff. I need your help. We need your help. Our country needs your help. The people who are trapped need your help. We need to come together. We need to have one solid voice. We need to be on one platform. If I am given the opportunity, I will have an app on the Roku channel, the TV that's up here, because I have all Roku TVs, and I want an app, and I want to put all of y'all on there and run it like a TV show. And we're gonna call it, we're calling it Roger That, baby. It's reality TV. This is or we put podcasts on there that are doing amazing things, public speakers that are doing amazing things, the organizations that have stories to tell. This is resilient cinema. It's something different that no one has created yet. And I'm saying that because in this industry, it's cutthroat. In the art and entertainment industry, I've seen it. I've been in it. And it's cutthroat. And everything I'm working on is on IMDb. If you want to go look up Willy Bearden, look up Roger That TV, look up Proxy Shadows, look up Undercover Dumpster Fire, look up whatever if you want to research me, it's easy to find me. I'm not hiding anywhere. I'm not afraid. And we're out doing what we have to do to help our country. You can be in any political realm. I'll just say that you're likely going to be exposed to more conservative views. And that's not saying you have to be in certain camp. There's a lot of people in the middle that are just lost. Like, they don't know where to fit in. And I understand that. I come from Michigan. That's a Democrat place, right? Like, straight up. When I was a little kid, I remember there was a corner store, and there was, I don't know if it was a Zuzu truck or it was like some kind of foreign truck. Now, mind you, they make auto parts in Michigan, or did, and some places still do. And so it's very heavy union, baby. I love union for this. But also, I remember them smashing the truck, and they would take turns bashing it, and because it was a foreign car. And so that's where I come from, and now I'm down in the Florida Keys, and very Republican place, and and so I'm caught in the middle of this as well. I don't think we have to choose. I feel like you can be whoever you are. You can choose the candidates and all that based on the character that they have and what you can tell. A lot of it's optics, so it's hard to tell who's who, but actions speak louder than words. So regardless of the person, what you think they are, look at their actions. And I'm not saying media. Like, go actually do research. Get off of the TV, get off of the news channel, and look at their actions. Look at the Senate bills and the House bills and the executive orders, and see what actually is being done. And then choose, But long story short, everything that we're doing, this is not a political party. This is not to create one. This is to actually help veterans, first responders, and people caught in human trafficking. And that should inspire everyone in our country. Everybody. Like, how is that not? This is about a family, the human family, the people that care about our where we live and protect where we live. And so I know I'm running on. This is a soapbox for me, y'all. And I just had a client that didn't show up, so I jumped on here to get this word out. But if you'd like to be involved, send me on. I'd say go to my website, challenger-point.com. It's the easiest central place to go, and send us a message. If you are on social media and you are an actor or a model or an operator, you probably won't even say that, but send me a message. And we do have encrypted channels if that's a concern for you. It is for me when it's disaster medical. I have to communicate on encrypted channels. It's a requirement. It's a law. I can't not do that. And I treat everything as confidential. So if you talk to me, I'm not sharing what you're sharing. As we go along this process, there's a lot of moving parts, but to keep it simple, all we're trying to do is create a tribe and a mission. And it's a shared tribe and a shared mission. And this is what helps people when they're in disasters. This is what helps our country. And yes, I'm just a dude. Like, I don't have major influence yet, but I am unafraid, and you should be unafraid as well. Eddie Penny said that best. Be unafraid. Stand up for what you believe, and just trust that God is bigger than all of the problems that are going on right now. And there is a plan in place, and you could be part of it. So I hope that you'll take that to heart, and I hope that you see my heart in this. And this is not about me. It's about our military folks, first responders, and people who are caught in human trafficking. So if you want to be involved, let me know. And thanks for watching the Undercover Dumpster Fire.